Hello, my name is Hannah, and today we are building another apartment. Now, I think I may have done this apartment recently. I don't actually remember. As I've said many times before, I have no clue what I build. No clue. Couldn't tell you. I went in to record 3 voiceovers today. I did not remember which ones, which is not that important because I'm literally talking about like the build as I'm watching it, so I can get like a reminder. I also see that I'm taking a large break. You will see that in a lot of videos because I have nothing keeping me on the stupid video to like keep building. So I keep wandering away from my computer. So you just get to listen to me during that time when it keeps freezing. So I'm sorry about that. Now this apartment is not special at all. It is literally called beige. Why would you? Oh my god, beige apartment in my editing. So that's about the descriptor of this apartment. Now I don't remember much about it, but it does have 2 bedrooms, and I also put down like a lot of filler furniture, which I don't do in apartments very often. Typically I'll do that in houses because I'll do it in like multiple segments, and then I'll be like, what is this room? Is this room a dining room, a living room, because they're about the same size when I make them. But I put down in this one because one, I didn't know if it was gonna fit, and also I just didn't know what I was gonna do. So I put down some like filler furniture, like you could see like the bright like blue and black like counters that you could see. That is not what stays. Thankfully, we got rid of that, and got rid of like I think they were like white, like plastic looking couches. We got rid of those, and we're all good with the actual, furniture. I also use light woods in this apartment, which I was not originally going for, but I was like, I could try. I don't use light woods very often, so I did try, and I think I did it. It's definitely out of my comfort zone, so I was like, is this ugly? I cannot tell. And also none of them match, which happens with the darker woods too. But it was just like, it doesn't match. It bothers me more for some reason when it's lighter woods than when it is a darker wood. Also the flooring, I can never get flooring to match when it's doing lighter woods, so you get that flooring. And I don't think I use that swatch like ever. Like, I don't think I like that swatch. That color I don't like for some reason. I don't exactly know why. It's just the wrong shade. It's bad. Yeah. And I also layered 2 of those like rugs, and I made them much bigger. So, it's a bit obnoxious of a fur rug, but it'll be okay. So now we are going into today's topic. I really need to get better at transitions. You would think eventually I would figure it out, but I haven't. So now we're going to talk about something that happened, I think, like a week ago, but I have no timeline in my brain, so I think it happened about a week ago. We're gonna go with that. But a couple weeks prior to that, all over the place, I went into my oral comm class. Now, this oral comm class, well, most of the classrooms, a lot of the classrooms, the teachers will just like run around the building all day and go to their like classes, because like the class will be taught in that room, but there's sometimes like multiple teachers for that class. So this classroom is an oral comm classroom, an English classroom, a Brit Lit classroom, and like I think the journaling or like journalism room. So it's everything. But I went down to sit to my seat, and it's like the closest like table to the door, so it's very open. And there's just this piece of paper. Now, typically when there's pieces of paper all over the table and like desk, it's usually just like pieces of like what they were working on, and I'll just like trash it. But it had like words on it, and it had a phone number, which is fairly important. So I picked it up and I read it, and I was like, what? And I guess I could go get it, but it said like leprechauns, and then it said like something about like a phone number. It had a phone number. Okay, I tried to find it. I don't exactly remember what I said, but I couldn't find it. So it's somewhere. I have literally no clue. It was in my backpack. I don't know where it is now. But it said something about like leprechauns, and then it had like a phone number, which is, I did. And then a couple weeks later, I had forgotten about it. I had put it in like one of my pockets of my backpacks, and I was just like, okay, whatever. I was planning on doing something, but I hadn't. And then about 2.5 weeks later, about then, I was talking about it to my friend, same friend, as always, but we decided that we were going to text the number. That is what I do with my free time in high school. That's the reckless decisions that I make in high school. No parties, no drinking, just texting random numbers you find on slips of paper in your English classrooms. That is a good thing. Fun times. But I texted the number, and the first thing I said was just leprechauns ? Because one, that has nothing to, like, I think it may have been around, like, St. Patrick's Day. Maybe. Don't actually know. But I texted him leprechauns, and, I'm saying he, I do know the gender. But he was like, how did you just find this? And I explained the whole, like, no, I didn't find it, I just forgot about it. And he was like, what's your name? Like, the second thing he asked was, what's your name? And I was like, no, we ain't doing that. So I gave him a fake name. So, that's fun. But then he gave me his name. And then he gave me his last name. And I was just like, okay, well, I knew he went to my school. So obviously we, passed at some point. But I was like, okay, I think I remember that name. So I was like, okay, he's an actual person. And he gave me his actual name. So I was like, so I just lied to him about my name. I said another random name, but I was just like, what do I do now? Now, eventually I did, was like, yeah, we're gonna make that up, because he asked what my name was again later on, and I said my actual name, which is Hannah, if you were unaware. Did I even start today's video with... No clue, couldn't tell you. I may have messed that up. Couldn't tell you. That was like 4 minutes ago, so like, don't have the memory for that. But eventually, we talked about the most random stuff, not anything fancy. We were just like, what class do you have before this? Like, what class is like in the classroom before mine? As I was like, I found this when I was in oral comm. What class were you in? He was in English class, so that's, really fun. And then he took like 8 minutes to respond. Like, that was his average, like, time to respond. And I'm like, really, dude? Like, what are you doing? And also, apparently, he hid like $10 in the classroom, which, why? Why would you ever hide $10 in like a random classroom? But there's a bunch of books, but you're not allowed to touch any of them. So I don't know how you would like find it, which, he told me about. And I was just like, oh, okay, $10, whatever. And I just have his number. I actually have the date of that. It was the 7th that I texted him. So exactly a week ago. That's pretty good. But, I just have his number now. It's just, random kid's number is now on my phone. I guess that's fancy. Fun things right there. So, we're getting to the end of the video, though. So it's almost screenshots time. So I posted a video every day of the week, so you can watch another video tomorrow. Bye.